Hello everybody, it's David here at Fifth Hammer, and we are back with another cracking episode of Popping Blisters. Well folks, I hope all of you are doing well out there in YouTube land and having a great time catching up on your hobby projects, getting some painting done. I'm excited to have you here with me today as we crack open these two blisters of ALCATANI Fellowship Pikemen. These guys are Dogs of War minis, and as you can see in the background here, the Dogs of War Army book, which released during 5th edition, and I've even got some wonderful box art there for you to take a look at. Now, these fine fellows debuted in White Dwarf number 225, and as you can see, the cover art on that is the same as it is on the Army book, and I just love this, and it actually features our lovely ALCATANI pikemen right there. You've got the regiment's captain there in the fore with the pikemen all around, and I just think that's pretty cool. To me, these guys are an iconic unit of Dogs of War, and so they are going to be my core unit in my upcoming Dogs of War army that I'm doing for Call of the Crown 5. And these guys are still in blisters, and we need to pop them. So come with me and let's have some fun, shall we? So we are going to dive in first with this blister pack here with the two of them in it. And as you can see, these guys sold for $7.50 for two back when they released in October of 1998. And I wish that is what I paid for these two. Sadly, it is a lot more than the sticker price, but such is the life of a Warhammer enthusiast. So, folks, without further ado, you can see our blister here. Clearly red 5th edition logo here and packaging. And so here we go. Let's dive in and set these guys free. Been here for nearly 30 years. The glue is still as strong as ever. All right, there we go. Got a hold. And it comes off. You can see by this point they were doing the horizontal slots in their basing as standard, which is good because these pikemen really need these kind of bases. Got our foam, and on to the minis. All right, here we go. So what I like about this one, you've got what I call a front ranker, because he's got his pike anchored against the side of his foot, and he's got his hand weapon out for anybody who comes a little bit too close to him. And he's got a very stern expression on his face, as you probably would too if you had some orcs and goblins or chaos warriors, as the case may be, charging down on you. And got that nice pike sticking out. He's got some armor there on him. Got that hoplite helmet, which I just love. Absolutely classic look for these guys. And there you go. These guys were sculpted by the Perry twins, if you couldn't tell. And I think they just did a fantastic job on these. And it's this kind of cool fusion of the Greek hoplite with a, what you call it, Renaissance era, 30 Years War era pikeman, all into one really cool design. And this guy, so he's a rear rank pikeman, standing there at attention. He's got more of a closed hoplite helmet than our first character did, so you can't really see his face. Standing very much at attention. He's got his hand weapon there at his side, still sporting that plate armor on the top part of his on his torso. And there you go. This guy would look excellent in the rear ranks of the unit. And now we're on to our second blister pack here. This one is from Great Britain, and you can see that at one point this sold for £5 for 3 of them, which is just an absolute bargain. Boy, I wish that was still the case. Certainly not. If you've ever tried to track these guys down, you'll know their price has gone up quite a bit since then. Here's the back for anybody who like to see those things. But yeah, what a treat to be able to get three minis in your blister, because here in the States we could only get 2, and you had to buy a lot more blisters to get the unit that you wanted. So anywho, here they are. Let's set these boys free. We got 3 of them here to take a look at. So in we go. Again, the glue on this is still just as strong as the day they put it on. Alright, there we go. Oh, an extra base. Oh, nice. Always use extra bases. Foam is gone. See our 3 guys here. Take them out. Take a look. Alright, so as we did before, we will start with our front ranker. And this guy looks to be the exact same model as before. Yeah, in fact, he is. He's got the open-faced helmet. Well, slightly different. Okay, our guy on our left looks like he's got his mouth open, maybe giving a battle cry or something like that, talking to his mate next to him, saying, "What are we doing here?" And we could be back in warm Tylea, and here we are in the Chaos Wastes, and maybe we should rethink our life choices at this point. Anyway, very cool. You can tell it's very similar posed here. Oh, and look, their helmet plume is different. So the guy on the right has kind of that classic Greek hoplite look, whereas the left guy, it's a little more loose and free form. So yeah, very similar, but subtle differences there between these 2 front rankers. So that's pretty cool. I'm glad I noticed that. There we go. Huzzah! All right. Next, we've got what I call the mid-rankers. Now, these guys would probably go in ranks 2, 3, or 4. And you can see they've got their pike elevated. So compared to this guy down here, who's got it anchored behind his right foot, he's got it hoisted. And he's got the classic closed Greek hoplite helmet. And he's got some gloves on. He's got some chainmail here. He decided he didn't like the plate on his arms. Maybe it slowed him down a little much, so he went with the looser chainmail on the arms there. But he still keeps the breastplate. And he's got some metal greaves there gripping the pike. And there you go. He's ready for action. He's mighty happy that there are some guys in front of him who get to be attacked first. Well, he gets to stick them with their pike. Ha, ha, ha. And last but not least, we have our rear rank pikeman. And let's compare him to the other rear rank. And I think in this case they are... Oh, look at that. Subtle differences. Okay. So the guy on the right has these 2 circular plates kind of anchoring his pauldrons and his armor on his arms, whereas our guy on the left has the chainmail. Guy on the left is holding his hand weapon, whereas the guy on the right is strictly at attention. And left guy has his hand a little bit higher up. So again, similarities, but nice, really subtle differences. And I think that's going to look really nice when it comes to putting the unit together here, because they will all very much look like a good, proper Dogs of War regiment, but there'll just be little differences that your eyes will catch that kind of set them apart as individuals. And I always like that. So anyway, what a wonderful job by the Perry twins on these guys. Let's see if I can grab a couple more here for us so we can take one look at all these fine gentlemen before we call it a day. And there you go. There's all 5 of our ALCATANI Fellowship pikemen. And wow, just what a job, what a joy these guys are going to be to paint. And I am just looking forward to doing that, to putting the whole regiment together and seeing all those pikes massed together and seeing how they do on the battlefield. And anyway, so that's it for us here at Fifth Hammer. I hope everybody is having fun out there in Hobbyland. And as always, keep playing, keep painting, and keep hobbying.